Hey, and welcome to the Bulletproof Recovery Elements of Quitting Alcohol. You're in a very good and healthy place. I've helped several dozen people. It's unbelievable how much people have. And I do have to say, quitting is easier than reducing. So you're in the right place for this. If you want to stop, let's stop. Now, there will be a section in 2 or 3 videos from now about commitment. And it is almost a big decision. If you've been drinking for 3, 5, 10, 15, 20 years, this stop is a real big commitment. A big commitment, and commitment is going to be one of the biggest elements of this. You can't have one foot in and one foot out around this situation. If you want to go in, you got to go in. If you want to go out, you got to go out. Now, you can do it with intermediate steps, meaning you can say, well, for this year, right? Or for the next year, I'm not going to do it. And that can be a healthy way of you resetting, quote unquote, yourself and your dopamine centers. And we can talk about dopamine in a while. But at a level of commitment that is outside of the norm for yourself is going to be mandatory when we go across these stages and steps in these videos. So, with that being said, I'm going to delve right into this and I'm going to look at the first element, which so many people almost disregard, but is very, 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 very important. What is that element? It is around your limiting beliefs. So I like to play a game called I'm the Type of Person. I'm not gonna tell you limiting beliefs first, but I want you to hear them and say them out. So it would be best. I know it's quite hard for people to get engaged when they're just watching a video, but it would be best for you like to write it down. But second best, and this is what I was aiming for actually. Second best would be when it comes to alcohol, I want you to say this out loud. When it comes to alcohol, I'm the type of person who dot 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 and finish that sentence. Whatever the mind says, whatever the mind says, whatever the mind says, you're probably going to retract whatever you've just said. You're probably going to go like, that's not me, or you're probably going to say that doesn't make sense, or this is too much, that's too, whatever. But the point is, I'm when it comes to alcohol, I'm the type of person who dot 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 dot. And all of these beliefs and sentences, and we say they're beliefs. How do we know they're beliefs? We know they're beliefs because they're coming from your unconscious. You're not getting stimulated by me. I'm not telling you you need to say this. I'm not saying you're not in a room full of sentences and quotes. So where are they coming from? They have to come from you. So they have to come from your beliefs of what you think. So honestly, the first couple, I want you to do 5 times. I'm the type of person who, when it comes to alcohol, I'm the type of person who loves alcohol. I'm the type of person when it comes to alcohol, hates the chaos of alcohol. I'm the type of person when it comes to alcohol, there's nothing better than alcohol. All of these sentences, and I can't speak for you because there's an unlimited that you have, and you have more specific, subjective ones. You've got general sentences, you've also got subjective and specific ones. The subjective, specific ones are more important to you because these sentences get released in a tone, your own tone. They push your own buttons very well. They get you like, oh yeah, the weekend's gonna be great. I'm the type of person who loves the crack with alcohol. The crack is not a normal word outside of Ireland, quote unquote. Right? So that is subjective to people in Ireland, quote unquote. So here's some of the lists that I have. These are literal from sessions that I have with clients on a consistent basis. I've already given you a couple of there. They love alcohol, they hate the chaos, but also some around the idea of it just has the most level of crack. Here's another couple that I have on this list. There's nothing else to do but drink. If you said that during COVID, you're very much mistaken. During COVID, I wrote a book. Am I rubbing that in your face? Absolutely not. But I'm saying you had time there to use it wisely. You could have done yoga, you could have learned language, which I didn't, and I didn't. You could have you could have got a pool table, a snooker table, which I was grateful to have. You could have been uh, creating a podcast. You know, oh my God, the list is unlimited. You could have done gardening. You could have got into gardening. You could have got into books. You could have taken these courses, that courses. You could have become an expert in something over that time. You really, really, really could have got dartboard, became professional, right? The list is unlimited amount of the time, and that was. It's not now, but the time is now. That wasn't COVID, that was XYZ. But I'm saying if you had a belief where there was nothing to do, what were you doing? You weren't doing anything but nothing. Same with alcohol. If you have an unconscious belief, and most of these beliefs are going to be something that you've heard before, you've thought about before. They might not be the ones that you hold closest to your chest, but they are going to be ones that are going to be there, right? So the ones that are closer to your chest is going to matter more. My point isn't to I want to tell you what you're believing. My point is that I actually want to rise what you're believing. So I'm saying these sentences to help you understand your own triggers, cues, notifications, bells. So then therefore we can stop these. We can reduce these. So when I hear this on a Thursday, right, and it's Thursday, here's an example of another belief. On Thursday, I send messages into the group to see what's going on in the weekend, knowing that I hope they say you were going to the pub for the games. So you know next Thursday when that happens, you can start preventing because you can seek the damage before it's happened. Here's another one. Everyone drinks, so it's not bad if I drink. I mean, everyone drinks. But what happens? Everyone drinks in a pub. If you're going to a pub, everyone's drinking. You know, oh my God, cocaine's rampant in the world right now. Cocaine's rampant. Yeah, it's rampant where you're going. You're going in these locations. Well, if you go to a library, cocaine's not rampant. If you go to a library, alcohol's not rampant. If you went to a library every single day, you're not going to have these verbatims, these aphorisms, these sentences. They're not going to be there. You're not going to be thinking, alcohol is rampant in this bunch of places. You're going to have a different perception of life. You're going to have a different perception of your day, the week, the month, society. But if you're thinking that everyone drinks because all of the locations, all of your friends do, well then of course. You're only saying a sentence, which again is a generalization, which is not true. But when we believe it, and we believe it because we say it, we're falling into traps. Everyone drinks, so it's not bad if I do it. It's not bad if I do it. Another one is everyone drinks, so if I don't drink, I'm crazy. That also goes hand in hand with that first. Everyone drinks, so it's not bad. And then if everyone drinks and I don't drink, I'm absolutely, I've lost my mind. I'm grateful to say I don't drink. I'm grateful to say that. I stopped on my 21st birthday after being blacked out, after being carried into my bed. I remember, and that's really all I remember. I remember going to the dogs that day. That's really all I remember of that day. I don't remember anything else. That was towards the end of my drug addiction as well. And fascinating amounts of times. Fascinating. I'm grateful. Like I don't count the days. You know, I don't count the days for my cocaine use, my drug use, some ketamine, ecstasy, MDMA, I say ecstasy, MDMA, weed. Should I say at the end of that? I don't count the days, but you know, your 21st, you're gonna remember your 21st. If it was like 9/11, everyone remembers 9/11, 9/10. Where were you? Nobody remembers that kind of saying. So it is normal if you don't drink. Yeah, I don't have any urges when I go into pubs. I'm not thinking, should I get this? Should I get that? Oh, I'm just resistant. No, I'm just enjoying the game. I'm having a Coke full sugar, right? It's great. It's a buzz. It's fantastic. So what else? What else would be limiting beliefs? And I have just one won't hurt. How many times have you said that? Or I'm only going for one or two. I'm only going for one or two. Has it ever been one or two? I think it's the second world's biggest lie. Don't ask me what number one is, but I think it's the second biggest lie in the world. We're only going for a point. We're only going for one or two. Terrible. Falling for the trap again and again and again. Let's look at some advanced level beliefs. They are simplistic beliefs, general beliefs. Everyone drinks alcohol. Just one or 2 points. Everyone says that. Generalized sentence. I really pull back these layers because it matters. Now, why does it matter? Again, to remind you these beliefs are unconscious. If I've got 100 beliefs unconscious that are telling me that alcohol is great, let's say all of these sentences, every single one that I've just said, and then my mind goes, oh, that must be very beneficial. Oh, all of these strings, they add up to this conclusion. The conclusion in my mind, my brain registers that this is fantastic. So I need to have 100 different beliefs. If I need to have not drinking alcohol, for me, I have 100 different beliefs. I have basically the opposite of all of these. Nothing else to do with alcohol. I'll be completely opposite of that. It's everyone drinks, so it's bad if I, so it's not bad. Well, I'll tell you why it's bad, quote unquote, in the future. Everyone drinks. Everyone drinks. So if I stop, I'm gonna be crazy. I'm not crazy. I'm grateful to say I don't drink alcohol. I'm happy to say I don't drink alcohol. Yeah, it's just one. I don't even need to think about just one because I'm not even playing that game. I'm not even playing that thought. Oh well, oh yeah, I suppose it is just one. No, advanced levels. Advanced level beliefs are something that are more tricky, and these are those subjective beliefs that I'm talking about. One of them being that being in the pub is great crack. And as soon as I say that, my mind goes, yeah, well, it is. And here we go with the advanced level beliefs. The advanced level beliefs is that it's much trickier for you to dissolve that belief. If you think about it, everyone drinks alcohol. You can easily go, well, no, actually, that's not true because everyone doesn't drink alcohol. Gary just said he doesn't drink alcohol. So the reality is, he's not. Being in the pub is great crack. Look at that sentence. Look at that belief. Well, that's going to be hard for me to tangle with because it is true, in my opinion, that being in the pub is great crack. Maybe even being drunk, if I was to add a little extra one on that, being drunk is great crack. Maybe drunk or tipsy, you know, there's kind of a fine line, or blackout is like too much. Fine line of like drunk maybe, or you know, I call it the Goldilocks phase, and that will be for a different course that I have here, which is that if you want to continue to drink alcohol, that'll be in that section of we need to find the Goldilocks zone. But for this one, the Goldilocks zone is like, it's actually complicated. This advanced level belief, we've got a real challenge on our hands. So I call these, and I don't call them art or anything, but we need to put those on the shelf. We need to admit, accept, and be fine with those that are over there. We need to put them in the box and go, you know what? Yeah, in an ideal world, I could do that. In an ideal world, I would love to keep drinking alcohol, but it's not for me. In an ideal world, I would love to drink alcohol, have a healthy relationship, drink a few pints, find the Goldilocks zone, and be able to go about my life the next week will not affect me. Oh, I'd love that. Everyone would love that. Huh? Everyone. So being in the pub is great crack, and there we go. Another advanced level belief is when we say to ourselves, one or two this time will be different, right? One or two will be different because you've known from last week. You're remembering last week's consequences, so you're not going to create the same mistake as last week. These advanced level beliefs are very tricky. They're very hard to understand and get a grasp on. Why? Because they're so subjective, so specific, that for me to say something that resonates with you is going to be very hard. But the advanced level beliefs are going to be the most critical that I could help you with, and that's where you go deep with someone, aka a coach, therapist, an addiction center, AA. All of these places you can go deeper and deeper and deeper. The deeper you go, the more you're going to reveal about your own limiting beliefs. Everyone understands the intro beliefs that I mentioned earlier on. Let me move on to the element of urges. And there's a thing called the goo. I've only found out about the name of it. Cocaine users have it. Coke users have it. Alcohol users has it. Drug users have it. Gambling users have it. Even people who murder people have it. It'd be called different things for all of those. But at least for alcohol, I found the word that is an old saying. It's called the goo. The goo is an uncontrollable urge where you just switch off, you mentally switch off, you just drive to the driving license, you just drive to the off license, you automatically go to the pub. You go to the pub, you switch off, you're just kind of in this frenzy mode of you just go. When I was a gambling addict, I used to understand this and feel this, should I say, more than any of the other addictions I had. Maybe cocaine addiction, but I kind of faintly remember that, not as much as gambling. Where gambling would just be like, you know, it's just one spin. I just want to play one spin. I just want to play one roulette. So I just play one roulette and then it's never won. It's the same problem, same traps. So the goo is this uncontrollable switch off consciousness onto autopilot, and you're just gone. You've committed to doing the thing that you didn't want to do 5 minutes before the goo. Feeling of no control. The other addictions have it. Now the problem and the challenge, and if I was to deal with this with you, is the goo is something that you've created. I call it a bubble right here. It's a bubble in my sphere. And we look at it almost like a third person. We go, yeah, that thing's taking control of me. That thing, this, it. When we use these sentences, it's got control of me. It just takes over. We're passing the book over to that bubble. That bubble is now in control of my life. My consciousness is in the bubble. The bubble has full control of me, autonomy. I've got no control. So I can take a break here. But until we start now saying that, I see you, I see you, I take control, I am in the driving seat, I pull back. Until that third person bubble becomes I bubble, me, I am in the driving seat, we're going to have a problem with this bubble. But that's the goo over there. That's something that you might experience where you're just switching off, you're gone, and you're committing to that thing. We earlier talked about general beliefs, which is that everyone drinks alcohol, just one or two. More advanced level beliefs where being in the pub is great crack, or my best friend drinks alcohol, I don't want to let my best friend down. That'd be another advanced level belief. Now these beliefs, sentences, paradigms, we'd almost call them, with these multitude of identities, personas, attitudes, your whole paradigm here, your collection of beliefs, is what continues you to drink alcohol because it's enjoyable. It's lovely. It's great. The more we say it's enjoyable, it's lovely, it's great. Imagine you freaking liked, you liked some crazy. I was gonna say something very disgusting, but imagine you like something like scorpions from an Asian street food vendor, right? And you say it's gorgeous, it's great, it's fantastic. What's the likelihood you're gonna go have it the next day, or within a week, or within 2 days, especially if you live there? I can almost guarantee it's 100%. Why? Because all of your beliefs thinks it's great, it's fantastic, it's brilliant. So all of these personas, attitudes, perceptions, ideas, philosophies, beliefs, all of this bundle, your paradigm, easily I can predict if you're going to go, if you're not going to go. And then again, when you go deeper with someone, if you want to get help, you can book a call at the link down below, of course. But we've also got more episodes here. We've got to delve into this, the first one on this course. And I hope you're getting fantastic value out of it. Hope you're appreciating it. But I look forward to seeing you next episode around new conditionings, new identity. Now we're in the I phase. We're not in the listening and that and this and whatever's happened, I'm going to start accepting. I'm going to show you the consequences from the Nutty study, which is a fantastic new thing I've discovered over this last week. And we're going to do new sentences around I'm the type of person. So I look forward to delving into that with you in a moment. So let's do it. I'll see you then.